On today's episode of Every Single Morning, we're going to have a lovely discussion about this. If you could describe yourself as a building, what kind of building would you be and why? Up next on Every Single Morning. Welcome to Every Single Morning. I'm Tanja.
I'm O'Shea.
And today we have a very special guest. I have mentioned this guest in a previous episode, so I am so honored and grateful that she's here with us in person. So let me introduce to you my bestie, my sister, Cheryl.
Hello, everyone. I am so glad to be here. Can't wait to hear what this discussion is all about.
Great. So, this is our topic for discussion. If you were to describe yourself as a building, what kind of building would it be and why? Here's the preface to this topic. So, we watched The Chi, and it's a very good show on Showtime. I suggest you watch it. So, in the last season, which was season 4, this young lady named Keisha, she was pregnant by her kidnapper, but she didn't want to abort the baby, so she ended up wanting to give the baby up for adoption. So Tabitha Brown's character, Octavia, was one of the candidates to adopt this child. And basically, she found out that Octavia is an architect. So Keisha went to visit her job. I forgot what the reason was for. So when she saw the miniature buildings in Octavia's office, Keisha asked, you built all these buildings? And Octavia said, yeah, she was responsible for building the buildings. So I believe it was Keisha who asked Octavia, if I were a building, what building would I would be? And you can help me out, O'Shea, because I can't remember what she said word for word. But by the time Octavia was through, I was like, I wish somebody would describe me that way. I was like, oh my God. Do you recall what she said?
No.
Okay, neither do I. But I just know by the time that segment was over, I was like, I wish somebody would describe me that way.
Just everybody watch episode 6 of season 4. I think that is where it is.
Yeah, it's about right. So, yeah, I would highly recommend that you watch this episode. So that's why we're having this discussion today.
And give us a sponsorship. The Chi, we're giving you free viewership. Okay.
You hear that, Showtime? I'm just saying. So I thought it would be ideal if we would try to describe ourselves as what kind of building we would be, as well as describe each other if we were buildings. Who would like to start first?
I think we should let our special guest go first, because the audience is used to hearing us. So, Cheryl?
Well, how would I describe myself? And what would I be? I would be the Empire State Building. Because there's levels to reaching to the top. And that's how I would describe my life right now. Building on a strong foundation and slowly climb my way to the very top of the Empire State Building, meaning I'm more than a conqueror. That's
All
what I
right now.
believe.
All righty then. Look at
Cool
you.
beans. Hey, New York represent. Well, anyway. You go ahead, O'Shea.
I would describe myself as a multi-purpose center
Wow.
because I have many talents and many capabilities, and I'm not just used for one purpose. So you're not able to lock my building into a specific thing because right when you think you have me figured out, I morph into something else and can be converted into another structure. So I'm a multi-purpose center.
I like that.
Me too.
I like that. If I had to describe myself as a building, I would describe myself as a brownstone. Um, for those individuals who do not live on the East Coast, basically brownstones are like homes made by brick, but they're called brownstones because it is a certain design and it's a certain structure. All brownstones have to have a strong foundation. And that's what I believe that I have, a strong foundation. And many brownstones, even though they all don't look alike, because they could be different designs, but they're still connected. And I'm a firm believer that I am as strong as my connection. So it's not just my connection to God, but it's my connection to everyone on this room right now. So, and as far as the levels, there are different levels in a brownstone depending on how you design it. You can make a brownstone one beautiful home. A perfect example, The Cosby Show. The Cosby Show and their set was designed to be exactly like a brownstone. Mm-hmm. So you see that from the inside. So you can design it that way. Or you can design a brownstone by having different apartments on each floor. Meaning you're not going to get the same thing in every brownstone. Every brownstone is unique, which is I'm unique. So that's how I would describe myself as
Put some thought into this, huh?
No, I just thought it just now. It was really just came out. No thought at all. So now, as far as describing each other, I want to describe Cheryl because if I can picture her as a building, I would picture her as basically a mansion. And the reason why I pick a mansion for Cheryl is because every room in her is so unique. The only thing that's consistent is her love for you, because she has a heart and a love for people. And it's spacious, and a mansion is as spacious as her heart. So I describe Cheryl as a mansion because it's immaculate, like her personality, and it's expensive. meaning not everybody can have access to it. And the mansion is a home because anytime when you in her presence, she makes you feel like home. So that's how I describe my bestie, as if she were a building.
Pass the offering on the left hand side.
Offering on the left. Wait, that's the wrong way. I have to go this way. I'm going this way, and I'm pouring the O'Shea out this way. See, okay, pass up and on the right. Oh, okay.
Okay.
So yeah. So while I'm here, let me describe O'Shea. Because O'Shea took a couple of years to build.
Yes.
So with him, I personally would describe O'Shea as if he were a building. He's definitely a skyscraper. In my opinion, he's a skyscraper. The foundation has to be strong to build a skyscraper, because if it's not, it can fall. So that foundation is so strong and is so sturdy that you can continue to build on it. And the structure is also sturdy, very, very sturdy. And even with the strongest of winds and the poorest of rains, it is unmovable. Just like O'Shea. Completely unmovable. And if anything does move them, we don't see it. And each floor has meaning. You can't build just anything on this skyscraper. And that's what it is with O'Shea. And what you see is what you get. And that's who he is. There's no masking. There's no making it look pretty. This is it. What you see is what you get. You're not going to get anything else. And inside the mansion, inside the skyscraper, each floor represents something different. But the higher you go, the higher we go. And that's your attachment when you get close to O'Shea, because there's no way that you get all this wisdom and you don't get anything out of it. There's just no way. And if you do, you're just a fool. Just saying. So if I had to describe O'Shea as a building, I would definitely describe him as a skyscraper.
Oh, wow.
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 Now, y'all don't have to go along with this if you don't want to, but that's just how I feel about my description of the both of you, because we've been together for a while. And I just want the audience to see from at least my perspective who you are from my eyes. So, yeah.
Yes, I go along with that. I go along with that, and I receive it in Jesus' name.
Yes, me too.
I receive it. Hallelujah. Where do I send the offering?
I do have a PayPal account. I'm just kidding.
Mm-hmm. Yes, if you would like to sponsor, we're going to give you the information after this program is over. Because we do need sponsorship. Because we are trying to get our own studio. Hello. Okay, so let me describe both of you. And I'm going to do it in one. I'm not familiar with buildings because I don't. I don't really know that much about construction. All I know is what I have watched from both of you ladies. And so I would say you are well constructed buildings. And the reason why I say well constructed is because you weren't built at first. You had some torn places. You had some places that were rigid, that were hard, and so you had to be rebuilt over again. But in your rebuilding, it was rebuilding in a way that is strong, rebuilding in a way that says, okay, what tore my building up last time? What storm did I allow to come into my life last time and destroy the uniqueness of my first design? And you have both been intentional on taking preventative measures in your reconstruction, in your remodeling, not to allow the same thing that tore you up to tear you again. You have not been afraid to allow people to watch you be demolished, but also celebrate your recovery. You have not been afraid to say, yes, I may be a pile of rubble right now, but keep on watching because I'm going to be rebuilt and arise like the phoenix out of the ashes. And this structure will not be built by man, will not be built by religion, but will be built by a true relationship with God so that it can stand. Because I now understand in my building that a building only built for Christ is going to last. I'm just, that's for both of y'all.
Well, what can I say about my bestie? She's like, she's like, I can't really say a building, but I would say that she is a palm tree. She's a palm tree. And no matter where the wind blows, she might fight against it to stand up strong,
Mm.
but it won't knock her down. And so she's holding on to the changes that's coming through in her life with the winds blowing this way and this way. She's still standing strong. As we can see as of today, she got her new blessing that she'll bend, but she won't break. And though she may fight, she won't break. She will give it her all. That's what I say. That's what
So
that's what
rude.
I
I'm
say
sorry,
about her.
y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. This is so rude.
I appreciate that. Heart, 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 heart. Heart, 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 heart.
Hold on.
He couldn't get it to shut up. Now, for my spiritual father, my dad, what can I say? Words just don't seem enough of what this man of God has been to me. He has been more of a father than my real dad. And when I say that with he listens, he prays, he tell you how it is, and he still love on you. Like Jesus. He's like Jesus to me. Because Jesus will tie that behind up. And then he'll come back and love you. And then he'll give you a word. And he'll love on you. And he's a lovable man. And so many have left the church because of the direction that he was going. And T and I have been with him when the people start falling away. And you can see the hurt in him, but he didn't let it crumble him. He didn't let it break him. He's had obstacles after obstacles in his life since we've been on this journey for 2 years. It'll be 3 years come January, and 3 years come February for T. That, yes.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Time goes by, but I, as you always tell me, stop taking notes, Cheryl. Throw away the calendar, Cheryl.
I'm really throwing away the calendar.
I'm afraid I can't get rid of that calendar because that calendar means so much to me, and being the secretary and watching things, how they went down and the conversations that we've had, I pray that God sends us, but only like my sister came up with the idea, if they're ready to feel, deal, and heal. If they're not ready to do that, then they need not come to this ministry. And that's how I feel. I fought it at first, did not want to sit under a man, no leadership whatsoever. But God kept pressuring me and I succumbed to it. And it's been the best decision of my life. And that's what I have to say.
Oh.
And for those who don't know, we're talking about the ministry that we are a part of, Outpouring of Life Internet Ministries, which Pop will give you all the information at the end of this broadcast. Shameless plug. But
by now it's intentional. Because we always do it. We always end up having to do it one program or another.
But at the end of the day, this is who we are.
Yes.
No matter what, this is who we are. So now my phone is ringing.
Is that the blessing?
Mm-mm. No, it's not. So, but anyway, the reason why we're doing this particular episode is that we want to give you, the audience, some time to really think long and hard about this particular anomaly. How would you describe yourself to someone that is meeting you for the first time as a building? What items, would you use? What structure would you use? How would you carefully describe yourself honestly in regards to what building you would be and what your building would look like on the inside as well as the outside? And we just want to take this moment for you to really dig deep, because that's what we also do here at Every Single Morning. We want you to dig deep and look within yourself and ask the creator you serve to help you in this scenario. And most of all, we want you to think. Because if you come out with any of our episodes, we want you to think. And we want you to think long and hard. And who knows, you could actually use this question as a conversation piece, whether it be on a date, whether it be getting to know some coworkers, whether it be getting to know members of your church family. You can use this one question and use it as a conversation piece to get to know each other, as well as describe yourself to others as how you want people to see you. So that's why I am glad that O'Shea gave us the suggestion. He's my spiritual dad too. I call him Pop, but on this show, he's O'Shea. And I'm glad that he came up with this particular subject for us to speak about, and I'm so glad that we did. So, do we have any final thoughts before we close out?
I will say this before we close out. Now, if I had to describe myself to a date, okay, I would still say what I said, that I am a skyscraper and a multi-purpose center. Because now that I know what a skyscraper is, thank you, Tanja, for, because I'm not familiar with buildings and stuff. So I'm not an architect. I ain't familiar with the field. But I would describe myself as both. But I would also tell someone that is dating me, just because I'm a multi-purpose center, you must also be able to fit the purpose in order to gain entry.
Because you just can't keep coming up in here. You won't be able to come up in here. That's just how I feel. You can't just keep coming up in here.
Because there is security on the premises.
Yep.
So because when you put that plot twist in it, I said, okay, well, let me add this on there for the date, because I'm like, she might be out there somewhere. Like, yeah, I want to come into that multi-purpose center.
But the beautiful part about it is you can have the multi-purpose center in the skyscraper. So right under the foundation, the multi-purpose center can have many floors. But you still got to go through security to enter into the building.
Come on. Look at this. We better talk about it.
Yeah, and you're probably going to have to go through some metal detectors, most likely Cheryl or myself screening you. Make sure that you straight before you come in. So
if there's an interrogation room, you must.
Just saying.
Okay, we don't want to scare y'all.
But at the same time, what you see is what you get, because anybody who wants to pursue me, this is my tribe. So you're going to have to get through them in order to get to me. So there's security on all of these buildings. 1, 2, 3. They all have security. Yeah, because just because I have a brownstone doesn't mean that it's an automatic lock for you to come in. So, yes, indeed.
Alrighty.
All right, there. This was
I
fun. Hercules.
thank you both for
Cheryl.
having me. Thank you both for having me on this platform, which took us forever to get started. And I'm operating off of no sleep. But I want to thank you both for inviting me on this platform.
Cheryl, if you cared to share, would you like to tell the good people where they can find you? You don't have to if you don't want to. Just
On
wanted to put it out there.
Facebook. You can find me on Facebook.
What's your credential?
And as the secretary and the administrator of Outpouring of Life Internet Ministries, you can find me on Facebook as Cheryl L. Hartfield. And you can leave me a message in my inbox on in Messenger if you want to reach me. And to have you have any questions for the pastor, email me through Messenger, and I'll get it to him. That's how you can find me.
All righty. All right. O'Shea, tell the people where they can find you.
All righty. I've been ready for this. I've been waiting. No. Because y'all know I got my little stuff. You can find me on TikTok right here. TikTok. And particularly, if I may do a shameless plug, check out my latest TikTok, The Hateful Middle. You can find me on Instagram right here at Outpouring OL. Check it out. I am on there with the instant word every Sunday morning, and I generally have new content by 9 a.m. Okay. And then you can always check our church out on Facebook at OPLI Ministries. Right there. And you can also check out my personal YouTube channel, O'Shea's Social Clubhouse, right here on YouTube. All right. And that's where you may find me.
All righty then. So for those who wants to follow me, all of my social media handles, all of my books that you can purchase, my other podcasts that you can listen to on all podcast platforms called The Realities of Being Single. All of this information can be found on my website at www.tandraewithers.com. Everything that you're looking for in regards to me, you will be able to find there. The only thing that I have not been able to add on to the website as of yet is my TikTok. And my TikTok handle is Tanja_E_Withers. So that's where you will be able to find me. Great. I thank Cheryl Hartfield for joining us today. I'm so glad to have my bestie with me on today. So, as always, thank you for joining us on Every Single Morning, where we do not broadcast every single morning. We love you and we want you to come back. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for joining us, and you have a wonderful day. Bye.